Story 2. Met a guy on a bus trip. Seemed decent, but turned out creepy. What just happened? So I was traveling from Nashik to Pune on an MSRTC bus, and I ended up meeting this guy who was a tourist from Bengaluru? Yeah, tourist from Bengaluru traveling with his family. I sat next to his mom, and he was seated in front of us. A few passengers, including me, got into a conversation, and I was guiding them about places to visit in Pune since they were new to the city. During this 5 to 6 hour journey, I learned that the guy wanted to be an actor and had worked in short films. He seemed like a really nice person at first. He was super talkative, but came across mostly as genuine. We spoke about travel, his work, and other casual things. His mom was also really friendly, and she asked me if there were any film institutes in Pune, and even took my number. The next day, I got a message from the guy on Instagram. I had no idea he would text me, and apparently he got my number from his mom. I wasn't very active on Instagram, so I told him that, and then he started texting me directly. This is when things got weird. His whole texting vibe was completely different from how he acted in person. At first, I replied, but kept things pretty limited. Then, one day he called me Chinna in a conversation. I don't know what that meant in Canada, so I asked. He told me it was how they address friends, but I later found out it actually means loved one. Like, seriously? How does someone call you that in just 4 days? I felt really uncomfortable, but still responded politely. Then, out of nowhere, he called me darling and started using some creepy emojis. It was such a drastic change from the person I met. At that point, I was totally put off. I stopped replying to his messages, but it didn't end there. When I wasn't replying, he actually called me at night. Not once, but 3 times, completely out of the blue without any reason. It felt so invasive, like he had no sense of boundaries. I didn't even know him that well, and now he was acting way too inappropriate. I asked a friend from Bengaluru about it, and they confirmed he sounded like a creep. I ended up blocking him, but I'm still really baffled and frustrated. How can someone seem so normal and genuine when you meet them, only to turn into a completely different person through texts and calls? Has anyone else experienced something like this? Why do people think it's okay to act this way once they have your contact?
Well, a ton of people act like that.
Yeah.
As someone who's in their 30s and dating in a major city, yeah, there's a ton of... I will say usually they seem normal on text, and then you meet them in person, and they are very
weird. Yeah.
The amount
That's
of times
the
I've been
thing.
catfished is insane.
I bet, yeah. That's like one of the... I mean, that's why they created the whole show Catfish.
Yeah.
Because you can text someone or talk to someone every single day, but they might act a completely different way when they're not around.
Yeah.
You know? Also, his mom was with him.
Right, so
on
he's
the
not going to be
bus.
like a little weirdo with his mom.
Yeah, with his mom
are,
there. Yeah. I mean, you have the miladies.
You have the miladies.
But yeah, so he's around his mom, so he's definitely being a well-behaved boy, but then he gets behind closed doors and behind his phone where people get way more confident, and he's sitting there, hey, baby girl.
Yeah.
What you doing?
That's what
You're showering without me?
I'm so glad to not be doing that right now. I hate it so much.
Yeah. No.
Violent.
No.
Guys here really just want to fuck the mountains. They don't care about anything else. They just really want to stop trying to date people then.
Yeah, and every single fucking profile is like, I moved out here with no money, just the stuff on my back.
Yeah, like so you're not a planner, which...
Red flag.
Red flag.
Yeah, why would you move to the middle of a different city with nothing else and no idea what you're doing? That sounds like a horrible idea.
I don't know what you're even thinking. Dumb.
Yeah. Anyway, that's such a fucking weirdo.
What a freak.
I'm reading all the comments right now.
When I was in college, I remember going out one night, and it was after I'd broken up with my first little boyfriend, and my roommates took me out there, we're going dancing, it's Halloween weekend, let's go. So I'm living La Vida Loca in the club, and this guy gets my phone number, and we were talking about going on a date. We go our separate ways, and then he's texting me, and we're trying to set something up. The problem is neither of us have a car and we're both stuck on different campuses. So we're just texting a little bit, and I didn't answer his text because I was in class, and he started like blowing my phone up and then calling my phone. It was very strange. Yeah, I was like, never call me again.
Yeah.
Blocked, deleted.
Yeah.
Do not talk to me.
One time, a guy at a concert that I met, I was in line for the bathroom, and he was also in line for the bathroom because it like merged. I don't know. It was weird. But we were just sitting and talking, and I was like, oh, he's all right. And I was drunk. But he was like, let me get your number. And so he put his number into my phone. And then I like went back to my friend because we were like at a set for a DJ. And I went back to my friend. And so we were dancing in the crowd. And I looked around, and he was like trying to find me through the crowd.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. So we kept moving throughout the venue, just like moving to different spots, trying to avoid him. And he kept texting me and being like, where are you at? And then after we left, he was texting me and he was like, it was so good to meet you. You're so gorgeous, blah, blah, blah. And then over the next 3 days, he was texting me and he was like, oh, so you're just the type of girl that gives out her number and then never replies, right? And stuff like that, like super passive aggressive, borderline aggressive.
I hate the passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, like, no, I don't want to respond to you now, especially because you're fucking weird. Why would you be so, like, if a girl doesn't reply to you, she doesn't reply to you. Move on. Move on. She doesn't want to talk to you.
Consider your actions and see if there is a reason why.
Yeah, you could always send out a short survey.
Yeah. An exit survey.
I totally understand that you don't want to talk to me anymore, but if you wouldn't mind filling the survey out so I know how I can improve myself in the future, that would be great. You don't have to, but
yeah.
all answers are anonymous.
The amount of weird dudes, and like, because like Lisa and I would go out a lot in our early 20s, and I love Lisa to death. She's so beautiful. She's a little flirt. So we would like go out and go dancing, and someone would like be smitten and fall in love, and I'd have to like, okay, sir, you can't follow us into the actual bathroom.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Go away. I'm glad we don't do that anymore. That was exhausting.
If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?